Hello everyone. A while ago I filmed a video about how I buy food in the wet market in China. Recently there is a really big crisis happening and keep me thinking about it's actually happened for some reason. So I want to play the video for you guys in case you guys haven't seen it. I noticed that hygiene is a huge issue in China. When you go to America's supermarket, they will actually have the hand sanitizer and also those wipe for you to wipe the cart. But in China, that's a huge different thing. Okay, let's break it down to wet market and the supermarket. Wet market people usually, if you want to check about is that the meat quality is it good or not, they actually use their hand to pinch the raw meat to make sure is it fresh or not. If they're bounced back right away, that means it's fresh, and then you're gonna choose your cut and then buy it. But the problem is, where can you wash your hand? And there's a really scary habit that a lot of old people love to do is they count the money by licking their hand while right after they touch the meat. And also, they lick their hand to get the plastic bag open. So that will cause a big problem leading to the crisis right now. And also in the supermarket in China, also it's the same thing. People pinch the food and using their hand. Their hand is more like the germ playground, and yet you put it in your mouth and doing the same trick over and over again, and without using their hand soap or hand sanitizer right away. That's gonna get you sick. Not even mention about the medical system, but when I go to the hospital, there's no soap. If you go to just check out, do you get sick and etc., they don't have hand sanitizer. Even you go to a bathroom, they don't have hand soap. They don't have toilet paper. So what I even thinking about, by the time when people really want to go but they don't have paper, what they do? What did they do? They just explode and without wiping. That's a great hygiene over there. The toilet paper, you have to buy it yourself. That what if those people, the lazy people, they forgot, or they don't even have the concept that they should wash their hand or use hand sanitizer to wash their hand, or hand soap wash their hand. My dad and a lot of my relatives, the older generation, they know the fact that they need to wash their hand. But the problem is they don't know how, and they don't know you're supposed to use hand sanitizer and the soap. They just feel like, oh, water can rinse out the dirty stuff. They totally misunderstand dirt and the virus. There's two different things. Virus cannot be washed away by water. That's a huge problem happening right now. And yet people in my parents' generation, they're so confused why this happened and why they only the majority of the people who targeted as the old people, and they blame on the age. Yes, that might be the case, but if you keep spitting on the road, if you just sneeze your nose on the street, and you gotta get sick. What you're about to see is pretty much everyone in China, how they buy the food. Either wet market or supermarket, they're almost the same, the same routine. And probably supermarkets is a little bit cleaner, but it's the same idea. And the wet market I taking you guys to, it's already they consider really clean. So see for yourself.
With all the traveling I do around the world, I have to make sure that my internet connection is safe. After all, everything I do is on the internet. Whether I'm in a foreign country where I don't trust the Wi-Fi that I'm on in my hotel or local restaurant, I need to do some internet banking, so I need to make sure people aren't seeing my bank account information over unsecured Wi-Fi. Or even when I'm back in the office editing, I make sure that I use a VPN to make sure that all of my information is safe. The VPN that I choose to use is NordVPN, who sponsored this video. I want to say thanks to Nord for always keeping my information safe and allowing me to hop around to different countries, see different content the way that they see it in their own countries, as well as get better deals on airplane tickets and much, much more. If you go to nordvpn.com/Laowai86, not only will you get 70% off a 3-year plan, but because it's NordVPN's birthday, you also have a chance to win a completely entire free plan as well. The luck is up to you. It might be 1 month, it might be all the way up to 3-year plan, but don't forget to go to nordvpn.com/Lao86, help support the channel and protect your internet today.
Hey guys, this is Vivi here. Yeah, I'm a mom now. Yeah, I'm taking care of this thing. When I was like not a mom, I despite this kind of market because it's wet and gross. Usually we call them wet market, which is a local market, by the way. It's the most popular place that like everybody will go, except the younger people. Younger people were willing to pay more and actually go to the supermarket. But the fact is, food are not that fresh. In the supermarket, it's way more expensive. So in order to be a good mom to buy her some fresh ingredient, I'm gonna show you guys what exactly it is in there. So normally, like, you can buy pork, beef, and bean product, like tofu kind, and then the fresh vegetable and also the seafood here. You can look around, seafood, they have 2 different kinds. It's like the freshwater kind and the ocean kind. So usually I will buy this kind of thing. They are kind of really fresh, and but you gotta watch out about their scale. Maybe sometimes they will put some extra water or stuff in it. Gotta watch out. 宝贝，这个不是鱼哦，这是贝壳哦，好不好？虾。老板娘，这最近什么东西比较好卖啊？哪一款啊？哪一个是季节啊？
季节啊？
嗯。
季节那个花甲是季节啊。
花甲比较肥是吧？
是花甲，但是卖完了。
哦。Usually price is kind of different, and for example, this kind, I don't even know, they call 带子, really delicious. I don't know how to call that in English. I will find it for you. And this called 元贝. It's delicious, but it's so expensive, like maybe $1.50 for one. Yeah, probably it's not that expensive for you guys. It's pretty expensive for us. But if you're trying to get it in the restaurant, it's even worse. Basically, this kind of fish will like, I think some of the poor people will eat the body because like it have a lot of, like, it's kind of cheap, called songju. They have a lot of bones, so they just make it, stew it so that they can use the flavor to cover the what's it called, the dirt smell. But usually we eat the head. The head, chop it off and put some garlic, spice like a pepper and a chili and stuff, and also what's it called, garlic. Okay, so normally if you want to buy the vegetable, you go to this kind, and they have literally everything you can think of. And yeah, I mean, look at this. Nowadays, even in the wet market, people can use WeChat, which you can pay for it without the cash. How convenient that is, because I never bring money with me. So there's one other trick. Usually the best time to come over here is in the early morning. If you couldn't wake up too early, at least come over here around, like, because Chinese need the fresh of the fresh. So normally if you want to prepare the food for the family, probably you need to come over here around like 6 or 7 o'clock. That's the best. But if you know the owner, make sure they sell you the food without getting the water, so that they can last a bit longer in your fridge. Not because, like, in order to make it like way more, look more fresh and look more juicy, and it's heavier. Usually they will spray water on top. So 要甜甜的，对，要2个就好。然后，对啊，要买几个菇。这个怎么卖啊？现在2块5。好， 那我要一个先。Okay, look at this. This whole bag of vegetable only costs $2. And it can probably last me 2 or 3 days for the vegetable. I'm pretty happy about that. But if you're trying to buy the same thing in the supermarket, Walmart, and etc., that's literally is impossible. And they're way more expensive and less fresh. Right now, we can go to the mid section. I can show you how bloody it is. So basically from this side, right now in China, they're way more popular. They were saying like the popular kind of pig pork, it's black pork. It's like the pig is black, which you can see this. Look, you see the difference? The pig is actually black. They claim that like the pig is black, so their meat is it's much better, and without those like fishiness, gross taste. Yeah, but the problem is like the price is double, but they're changed. So if you have any problem, if you have a food allergy from the pork, or you have like the toxic from the pork, you can sue them. They're literally everywhere. But the problem is go to that side. If you go to this side, it's a local pig that probably is gross, but you need to find the fresh of the fresh. It's like way cheaper, but probably tastes worse. So nowadays people are actually willing to pay more to buy some better quality pork. So in this kind of market, you can literally find in every district, every local area. Old people usually come over here. I barely saw some like younger people, like less than 20 years old people will actually come over here to eat, buy some ingredient and stuff. And yeah, you can literally find this kind of cheap food everywhere. If you want a cleaner environment, a better experience, just go to the supermarket. But here is the local. And there's another thing. Here in all this like shop, they need to pay for the money, right? So come with me. You can see something like those kind of shop that people not willing to pay money, but they actually become the extent of the market. So come on. Sometime in the early morning, a lot of like farmer and stuff, because they're not willing to pay for the rent, so they will bring the stuff over here to sell it. That's like a really common thing in every kind of market. When you want to find a cheap, when you actually want to find a cheaper than the market kind of food, come over outside. It's literally everything here. So you can see there's a lot of vegetable over here without a shop, because that's the way they can skip the rent, and meanwhile they sell the stuff. But it's good and not good, because they said they can be a farmer, just come over here to sell stuff, or it's just like the old people, they plant stuff and take it out to sell. But another thing is like, what if you got food poisoning and it's a bad quality or toxic food? You couldn't find the same person. So either you want to buy it or not, just it's up to you. To be honest, I really love market, like either like supermarket or wet market. They actually just showing you how the local people daily basis, what they eat and what they provide and what exactly their favorite food. Like the more food they showing, the more you can understand the culture. Even as my culture, there's every new thing coming out and people can talk about this and that. But I never realized how dangerous that until now. Like until people realize and figure it out how important the hygiene is, this way of buying food, it's super dangerous. Thank you for the people who supporting us in the patron because of all this topic we try to explain to people and expose to people. A lot of our video got demonetized, and thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much, Laowinners. I'll catch you on the next one.